I'm in love with money. I'm in love with money.
Nothing you say, nothing you do is gonna stop me. Break me down, tear me up, come on and make me bleed. It's gonna take a lot more than you'll ever have. Before you know it, you'll be laid out on your back. In the end, rip the shreds, and I'll be standing over you. This is a war. I might be scarred and battle torn.
The world's best gather here. XBL baseball starts now.
It's crushed to the moon, and we're tied.
He picks it up on the second, over to first in time for the double play that ends the inning.
That's gone.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Trying to repeat.
It's good!
And Homer to the pen. This game is over.
Oh! Crushed! Left field! Off the pole!
Domingo Bell, deep right center field, carrying, and it's gone. That was hit hard. Left center field. Did she do it again? To the wall.
Swung on Bell to the deep left field. Is this baby gone? A grand slam!
Champion! The AAA World Series is over. What a line shot!
I can't believe my eyes.
For the first time on XBL Primetime, we bring you the AA as it returns from hiatus in stunning fashion, with 15 players raring to fight for the eventual title. Tonight, a rookie joins the fray, aiming to prove themselves early in this campaign, with the eyes of the SMNL and XBL upon them against one of the AA's former record-setting powerhouses. Too Easy and the Falcons tangle with M. Barry and the HOB Special. Welcome to AA Match of the Week.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to XBL Match of the Week. We are here with the AA's first ever regular season matchup on opening day here for season 17. And it is myself, Dwayne, in the booth, and joining me, it is my fellow colleague, longtime member of the league, AA champion, AAA champion, XBL mainstay, Oxbox. Welcome back, Ox. This is a fantastic match to get to call with you here tonight, brother.
What up, D-Money? Hey, it's good to be back, my man. It's opening day, everybody's favorite day of the year. And it's our first ever AA match of the week, so it's an honor to be here. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's huge. We've done AA quite a few different times over the course of the XBL's existence. It's been intermittent in its participation level, so it hasn't always run every single season. But this season has one of the highest participations to start out ever in AA history. Everybody's super stoked. We have a ton of new players from the SMNL, one of them making their appearance here tonight to kick things off. That's going to be Too Easy / Infinity AB and his Air Force Falcons, going up against M. Barry and the Wizards, the House of Barry. This stream powered by the House of Barry, not by any bribe money for sure. He is absolutely a powerhouse down on those AA egos. He was a record setter last time he was down there. So this matchup here is a huge proving ground, I think, for the new competition here tonight.
Yeah, it's a really spicy matchup. Well done picking this matchup, because we've got Too Easy coming off the SMNL championship just last season. And shout out to all the new SMNL guys and to that league. And then we've got one of the spiciest guys in the AA, an XBL veteran guy, M. Barry, who's played in both the AA and the AAA, and like you said, has won a Long Ball Award. We saw 2 seasons ago when Unicorn beat Clutch in the finals. M. Barry came out to a monstrous start that season, hit a ridiculous amount of home runs, but one X factor in all this, Dwayne, is the AA is a floating ego this time. It's also the first time we're ever trying that, as most of you all know by now. So it'll also be interesting to see where these guys are at on ego, and a sweep here on Match of the Week gets you 2 wins closer to an ego bump. So that all that is very interesting and a really cool thing to follow this season.
Yeah, that's true. That's an unknown, brand new factor in the XBL with a little bit of flex in your ego as the season goes on. So AA players are going to have to be paying attention very closely to how that all transpires. It's very exciting to see the ego calculator that Wishbone was able to put together for us to make AA's determinations this season so solid. So let's see how these first 2 games work out, and then beyond that into the first week, it's going to be something to keep a really big eye on. And then the final thing that we really just want to look at is M. Barry dropping down here. Did he swing? Was he swinging a weighted bat at that point? Swimming in AAA, kind of trying to keep his head above water, or is he coming out tonight? Still kind of level with the rest of the playing field.
Well, he claims to have invested more in pitching this season, so let's see if that helps him on the mound at all. But I haven't watched a lot of Too Easy his play. I imagine as a league champion, he's a pretty good all-around player. We'll see if he can put a clamp on those big M. Barry bats tonight, and we'll see how much M. Barry's improved on the mound. And another thing is, House of Barry, they got a lot of haters, they got a lot of supporters. There's very polarized chat tonight. We'll see who ends up being, who the crowd sides with in this big, spicy AA matchup we got for you.
Yeah, it's a very spicy AA matchup indeed. Couldn't get any bigger with the names we've got involved. So let's go ahead and let the players know it is time to roll for game number 1. Hang tight, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments. All right, folks, we are loading into House of Barry's Lafayette Corner. This is the home of Barry and his Wizards going up against Infinity AB / Too Easy and the Falcons. Again, making his rookie appearance here in the AA. First ever AA match of the week coming at you now.
Yeah, here it is, Dwayne. And yeah, like you said, Lafayette, home of the Wizards traditionally every season. Let us know in the chat if your team House of Barry or your team Too Easy. I want to hear it.
Strike in there to start the game. That is a very nice pitch on the edge to start your AA career from the Falcons. Quickly 0-2. Or excuse me, that's M. Barry on the hill. Diving attempt from the first baseman just past his glove leads to a single, and
Ooh.
that's Bowen Norton, who can't pick up the ball out there in right field. Did not lead to extra bases there to start. But we've got a hit to start the AA season.
Yeah, look at that velo on Napalm Strike. Pumping 100 here early with Turtle Arsenal.
The Turtle Arsenal indeed. Still gets the strikeout. 100 miles an hour at the top of the zone.
Yeah, all credit goes to Mama June June on the copyright for that Turtle Arsenal.
There's a ball just inside, then swinging way ahead of the changeup is Maverick Mitchell. Maverick Mitchell swings again, gets a hold of it, right field, high in the air. Norton able to corral this one. There's 2 down. Runner still remains at first.
And Barry looks like he's mixing a lot of four-seamers and change-ups here early. Too easy way in front of that changeup, but he seems to be on time with the fastball.
Ball high in there, then fouled back by the fastball hitter. Major Payne, reference to the film. Don't know if you've seen that one, Ox. One of my old favorites. Swung on and missed. 85 miles an hour, low in the zone. That changeup was proven dangerous early from Mbari.
Yeah, honestly, he's real fortunate there to not give up a run or extra bases. The first batter of the game smoked a fastball on a 1-2 count, and he misplayed it in right field, but too easy. Wasn't able to do anything after that, and now let's see if the Wizards can get the bats going early.
Falcons have, pitcher's name disappeared a moment ago. Betterfield makes the catch over at first base. We got Babs all day. Stepping in against Happy Arnold. Happy Arnold with the elite 2-seam that Mbari is going to have to contend with here.
Yeah, Arnold pumping the cheddar as well. Both guys coming out with their opening day aces.
Strike in there, makes it 2-2. Next one, it looked like a ball swung on, hit right up the middle. Rogers able to get it off the ground, third into second base, but there's 1 man on with 1 out here in the second inning for Mbari and the Wizards.
You know, it's interesting, Dwayne. We've got 82 versus 80 ego, 2 of the players on the higher end of the spectrum in the AA as far as the various egos go. And for Mbari specifically, I think 75, 78 was a little easy for him in the past. But when he played AAA at 85, it was a little bit too much for him. So 80 probably a real good spot for him here to test, you know, kind of where he's at. And nice pitch there for Too Easy to get the strikeout for 2 outs.
Yeah, that is very true. These players, number 3 and number 4 in the power rankings, respectively, the Falcons and the Wizards. So Mbari is batting with Agent Orange. Swung on and missed. Both of these players with something to prove early here on the primetime stage. This one, corralled by Arnold, thrown onto second for the easy out. There's 3 down. Goes the short way. No worries about that. 5, 6, 7 going to come up here to lead off the second inning.
Yeah, Too Easy flipped it to second there. His brain was in double play mode, but we've all been there.
Just underneath that one. Napalm Strike's got a lot of velo to contend with here, and then 3 different kinds of fastballs. Uses the changeup well, though. Already 3 strikes he's gotten, swinging very early with that changeup.
No, he didn't invest a lot in accuracy, confident in his ability to locate with that low of accuracy as he gets Too Easy on another changeup low.
Tony Stark, RBI hero, sprinter, steps in. Off the nub of the bat. I think he's going to be able to get on here. It's close. Ooh, the pitcher gets there in time. Throw gets there, just beats him.
Wow, what a play by Napalm Strike, honestly.
Yeah, Mbari had to pull that together quickly. That's one they usually drop, honestly.
Yeah, it is, because and honestly, it's a realistic error in this game on a ball like that. The pitcher has to go to his right, touch the bag, and catch it coming from his left simultaneously. It's a very tricky thing to do. In real life, guys mess it up a lot.
That one goes over to second base. Short way over to first takes care of the Falcons in their half of the second. Now swinging is Earl Mendoza to start his bottom half. Wizards at the plate against Happy Arnold once again. Arnold, this is a nice heater. Swung on, tapped well, right up the chute. It's going to be Steve Rogers getting it in center field. Leadoff single for M. Barry.
And I think what you'll see at a lot of times, especially with two good hitters like this, is it doesn't matter how much velo you have, these guys are going to be able to hit the fastball. So it's going to be how well can you mix your pitches and, avoid throwing a fastball in predictable counts, because you really got to mix up when you go with it on two guys who are on time with the fastball at the plate.
Dangerous as well with the high velo slider. This one nubbed over to second base. It's not able to produce a double play as it's not quite got the exit velocity on the ground ball to make anything happen. But now we've got 2 down, still 1 on for M. Barry. Bowen Norton, the right fielder, at the dish. Norton swings at that one, misses. It's 1-1. On the ground, over to second field, picks it up. There's to first. Another pretty much clean inning here, just 1 hit. Napalm Strike is locked in already now in the third.
Yeah, not a lot of fireworks here so far, Dwayne. Is Mendoza, we thought he was going to have to dive for that. He makes the shoestring catch for the first out.
Yeah, that had potential to be another leadoff hit for the Falcons. But instead, a nice catch by M. Barry and the Wizards. Pitcher grounds out over there to first base. And that'll produce the lineup turning over to Steve Rogers. He's got low pitch. You can see Too Easy hanging a little bit low. Wanting to catch something with M. Barry sleeping there.
Yeah, we got a little bit of Ashnod going on here, favoring the low placement in the reticle placement in the strike zone pre-pitch.
2-1 pitch. Hitters count. Now 3-1, even better. Let's see what he gets here. And this one right down the middle from M. Barry. Swung on a line to left field where Luis Roberts makes the grab. Dangerous pitch. Not the result that Infinity wanted.
Yeah, another fastball smoked there on a line, but so far nothing but singles and, some ground outs for these guys offensively. 2 guys we thought coming in we're going to put up some fireworks, but it's been a pitcher's duel so far.
Only the bottom of the third. Still a lot of meat left in this. Game number 1 of the AA match of the week here. XBL Season 17 opening day. We've got this triple header here ready to rock and roll for you. We're in the middle of it, in the middle of the sandwich. As AAA ran earlier, Eduardo and El Roncoin producing a great pair of games if you were around to watch those. And then we'll be continuing with the XBL at 9 p.m. This one is crushed. Deep to left. Lafayette short. It's off the wall. That had potential to get out there, Ox, but it ends up being a long single.
Oh, that is a long single. M. Barry forgot to hustle. I mean, where's the hustle, Dwayne?
Yeah, he's busy watching the ball a little bit, and this one's on the ground over to second. Takes the short way from the shortstop, and that brings us to the end of the third. Yeah, it's an interesting move from Too Easy.
No, I wasn't. I was talking about the guy on first. He should have been on second to begin with. And then he gets thrown out for the third out at second. He's lollygagging. He probably pimped the home run off the bat, watched it for a few steps, and then it was too late to go to second. And then he ends up, just need more hustle out of the Wizards here so far. It's opening day, baby. You got to play hard.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see if the second baseman can hustle over and complete that play. He does. That ball was hit off the hands. Brings up Maverick Mitchell again. This is the meat of the Falcons' order. You can see he's looking to get underneath something, kind of hanging that reticle a little bit low. First pitch just beneath the zone. Good eye. Napalm Strike has the stats looking real good, locked in right now.
Yeah, that
Next
low
pitch
accuracy
fouled.
stat doesn't come into play as often when you get your pitcher locked in. That accuracy boost is very significant. You get just so much more command of your pitches, and it really makes you feel mentally like you're locked in, like you're the actual pitcher in real life. You know what I mean? Like when you're on your A game, you feel locked in on the mound, and that one's drilled to left center.
Yeah, right on the nose. That's going to produce a 1-out double here for the Falcons, and now he's set the table well for himself. Major Payne up at the plate, fastball hitter, big power, good contact, not a ton of speed, but that doesn't matter. He wants to get a hold of something. Pitch in there. That one gets past Barry. Runner's going to go to third, no problem here. So now in even better, 90 feet closer. Ball misses high, waiting for his pitch, still hanging the reticle low. Next one comes up. It's off the hands, but it's up the middle. Diving attempt from Barry. It's past him, and our first run of the Double-A season here in Season 17 is scored by 2-Easy and the Falcons.
Man, we were just talking about how well Napalm Strike was doing, and all of a sudden, back-to-back ropes. And
yeah,
2-Easy's got a lead here.
That single was hit very well. Looked a little bit inside. A nice piece of hitting from the Falcons. Lifted to center. It's in the middle of no man's land. Sliding attempt from Mendoza. He gets a mojo up, too.
That was actually a good play. Mendoza, I don't think, has a lot of speed out there, Dwayne. I think we're seeing one of the slower center fielders in the league.
Yeah, always a little bit of an unorthodox tactic from Barry and his HOB-powered squad.
He's all meat and potatoes, baby.
This one's right up the middle from Tony Stark. Another good piece of hitting from 2-Easy. So now 2 on with 2 out. No longer locked in is Napalm. Now he's just neutral, and he's starting to get tired. Look at, he's got surrounded activated. And 55 pitches coming up.
Yeah, surrounded. He's lost that locked in mojo, and now surrounded is activated, like you said. Big spot here. Oh, he gets the chase. The high cheese gets the big swing and a miss for the 3rd out, and Barry escapes the jam. His pitcher was in real dangerous territory right there.
Yes, he was. It was starting to build into something that could have turned into a very lopsided inning. But instead, out of the jam, and then he sees a strike here to start his half of the bottom of the 4th. Curveball lifted over the jumping shortstop. So there's a leadoff single.
Easy knew he let go of that one a little bit too much in the zone as soon as he left his hand. But, you know, singles you can give up. When you miss your spot over the plate, when you miss over the plate and a guy hits a single on a rip, you're like, thank God, you know, it could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. Barry's playing with either line here. He gets 2 foul balls in quick fashion. But he's trying to build something of his own and try to answer for that 1-run scored last inning.
Ooh, that was the pitch right there. He left the changeup over the plate. Here's another one to hit. Barry just misses it.
You gotta watch that 2-seam and where you place it. Now it's a full count pitch. He's got composed and it gets him swinging. I don't know if Barry had the placement he needed, but he wanted that pitch.
Even with composed activated, he missed his spot there. Much like that pitch, kind of a mislocated pitch, but in Barry swinging through it.
With the velo proving to be a friend here for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's surprising because like earlier on I was saying, and Barry proves he can handle the velo really well, but we're seeing a lot of swings and misses on fastballs here.
We're up to 2-2 in the count. And this one misses inside. Another full count for Barry. 3-2 lifted to left. Fielder takes a step back, so it's going to drop in front of fast out there. So now there's 2 on with 1 out. Barry again looking to answer.
I sympathize right there. That was such a good pitch on a full count, low below the zone, right where you want it. Possibly a double play ball, and the guy bloops it into the outfield for you know, a weak contact hit. And now there's 2 on, 1 out, and Barry hits the curveball over first base.
Gets it just enough lift. There was a great jumping attempt from 2-Easy there, but it was not enough to make it out. So now with the bases loaded and 1 down, he needs to find a way out of a jam. Bowen Norton's at the plate. Not a bad 8-hole hitter. This one on a line right at start. Couldn't have asked for a better outcome there.
what do you do here, Dwayne? No stats on the pitcher. He's getting tired already in the fourth, but Barry's going to leave him in to bat with the bases loaded. So that line out just now is huge. Huge chance for Too Easy to get the shutout here and escape the jam, and that's exactly what he'll do. Gets the pitcher on 3 pitches easily, and big missed opportunity there for the Wizards, Dwayne. I don't know, personally, this guy's not getting too tired yet, but that might have been a spot to lift your pitcher. It depends on how much you have in the bullpen.
Yeah, it's all depending on what you've got, kind of behind, what kind of bullets you've got behind that starter. But Barry, either way, unable to close the deal. Really wanted to try and score and tie that game there, but could not produce with less than 2 outs. Quickly, 1 down to the top of the 5th. Here is the pitcher, Happy Arnold, staying in the game, takes a strike right down the tube from Napalm. Going to do it again, 0-1, off the hands, fouled away. It's 0-2.
It's a little bit different of a spot here for Too Easy. It's pretty easy to say, I'm leaving the pitcher in. I think his pitcher's still locked in. There's no one on base. There's already an out in the inning, and no real need to lift the pitcher there. But it's tough when you have bases loaded, 2 outs, and your pitcher's up. Really, really hard to have to hit with the pitcher in that spot. But Barry's doing pretty well on the mound here, Dwayne. He gets another 1-2-3 inning. No real threat there from the Falcons. Just one hiccup there in the 4th has been Barry's only bad inning on the mound. And you got to think he's somewhat confident he's going to get the bats going here soon and shouldn't need to go to the bullpen in the 5th to feel like he's got to win. He's got to count on his offense.
Yeah, if there's anything about Barry that we know, he's not afraid of putting up some offense in the Double-A. We're all looking to him to see if he can do it again this season and see if we can put him over the top. But again, like you said, his build is a little bit contrary to that belief in season 17. He's popping this one up here to shortstop. They're just not getting the contact with the reticle placement. It looks like he's really wanting so far.
Yeah, really surprising because he looked like he was on it right out the gate. I mean, we saw him smoke a couple of fastballs on a line. And that's when I was saying, I don't think you're going to get the fastball by either one of these guys. And since then, Too Easy's just been getting fastball after fastball right by Barry. Just he's late on that one as well.
Popped up to left, taken care of easily. Reticle hanging low again for P. Strider, the 2-hole hitter of the Falcons. That's the top of the 6th. Begins here, a strike right at the top of the zone from Barry. This one on the ground, shortstop. Julian Torres throws it to first in time, 1 out.
We thought playing at one of the smallest ballparks in Super Mega, this was going to be a hitter's game, but here we are over the halfway point, still 1-0. Both guys, you can tell they're good hitters, but they're just not getting it going here against the ace starting pitching.
So 1-0 in favor of the Falcons. Like you said, ace starting pitching, really keeping the run total down. Strike in there, gets him looking. What placement you get from there. Barry with the investment in the starters, it's paying off so far.
The Wizards cap boosters this season, bullpen boost, and we got gas. His negatives are arm and fielding.
Interesting combos there. This one driven to left. It's high, it's deep, it's back, it's into the 3rd row. See you later, the Falcons with the first home run of the Double-A season in season 17, continuing to stretch their lead now to 2-0. It's a solo shot from Major Payne.
Major Payne kicking off the Double-A season. Long ballo chase. First home run. And that makes it 2-0 here in the 6th. Napalm strike. Getting into danger territory now as he misses over the plate there. We saw Barry hit one in a similar spot, Dwayne, in that left center gap. It just missed getting out of here. Only ended up being a single. But that was a no-doubter by the Falcons as he doubled his lead to 2 now, and pressure's starting to build on the Wizards to get something going on offense.
There's got to be a shot in the arm, too, if you're also too easy, to get a big home run in your first ever primetime game, especially if you've never really been around too much to experience what these games bring and the pressure of them. Just a huge moment there. Barry swings at this one, gets a leadoff single to start his half of the inning.
Yeah,
So
huge moment for this Falcons franchise. They're going to remember a match of the week shot. We saw Barry at this very park last season in his first AAA game of the season, hit a walk-off home run against Swift-Star. And he's going to remember that one for a long time, even if no matter how your season goes, you remember those moments. So definitely special for Falcons to kick off the season that way. Oh, that's going to be I thought it was
He did not get the double play. No. It's brutal when you don't get it. It's brutal when you do get it. Man, that ball on a line to the first baseman when he's hanging out right there. That is one of the toughest plays in Super Mega Baseball.
Wow. Could be a huge break for Barry, and then the next batter hits one into right field. We've got 2 on, 1 out.
Barry's a Bruin. Remember, he's only 2 behind. That was a big home run, but it was only a solo shot. Luis Roberts, high pitch and first pitch. Prayer digs in.
Any fly ball can get out of this park, and that was a dangerous pitch. Arnold's starting to miss his spots a lot more here, and that ball's drilled to left field. He got out of here.
Wow, on a line. In a minute, that one got out of here. 353 feet right into the first row. Ox, you said it. Any fly ball can get out of this park, and Barry is ahead 3-2.
Wow, Dwayne, I did not think that one had the height to get out of here, but he hit it in the perfect part of this park. I had just said Arnold was starting to miss his spots. He left a 2-seamer right over the middle of the first pitch, and he missed a changeup right over the wheelhouse on the next pitch. And Barry punished it. Wow, nice play by Slinger. But just like that, we were talking about how Barry needed to get the bats going. He'd been shut out for nearly 6 innings. Falcons were 1 out away from going to the 7th, and now Barry has just turned this game on its head. He's in the lead.
Major Payne picks it up a third, 99 throw over to first in time to end the inning, but not before Barry gets ahead on the big home run. Napalm Strikes still in the game. Both starters still in the game as the 7th kicks off. Let's see if that changes. And Barry looking into the bullpen here. Tony Stark leading off. Let's see who he gets. It's going to be first last. Reverse splits and falls behind. Or no, excuse me. Xander Rice is the name. First last. Must have been some sort of glitch. Nice. Okay. Anyway, ball lifted to the warning track out there and right. Could have tied it, but just underneath was the Falcons.
Reverse splits coming into effect. 2 batters in a row here. That has to be a costly trade on a high velo pitcher like this one, much like his ace starter. And so far, so good for Xander Rice.
Dan Taylor batting now, off-speed hitter, swings and misses. Hanging low again with the reticle 1-1 pitch. Just misses inside. Rice delivers, lifted, left fielder's on his horse. Can he get there? He slides, makes the grab. Wow. Nice play from Barry. Ends the 7th inning. We go to the bottom half.
I think whoever that was the same guy that hit the home run, I think, Dwayne, because his mojo was boosted for that play before it happened. I saw his fielding bar when he made the catch. It was like twice as big as it normally would have been. So the amount of room of distance he covered on that dive just played a huge factor.
Lifted to center. Caught for out number 1, Barry. Steps in with Babs all day, the third baseman. Big hitter here in the lineup. Swung on right up the middle for a single. Steve Rogers throws it back into the infield. So still ahead are the Wizards and looking to do more damage.
We've got an elite cutter, a collector, ace reliever here.
It's Johnson Slinger. Elite cutter is a very dangerous trait, and throwing K collector in that mix is one of probably the most expensive relievers that you might see in the AA right now.
Yeah, both these guys relievers right now. Reverse splits is a costly one as well. Ben Barry. You know, I sympathize with Infinity. Sometimes in big games, especially close games, it just takes one missed pitch, one mistake pitch, and all of a sudden the entire game can change. And that is what happened in the bottom of the 6th. And that can happen again here if he's not careful. Wimberry can deposit one into the short porch around this ballpark at any moment.
You can see, too, as he wants to get the double play, but Barry able to execute a good eye, works a walk, so there's 2 on for Earl Mendoza. 1 for 3 with the single in this game so far. Double-A, Game 1, Match of the Week of Season 17.
2 on, 2 out. Big spot here. It's going to be a base hit into right field. He doesn't have the speed, Dwayne.
He's going for home anyway. The throw was late, and he's safe. Oh, it's 4-2. The throw was engaged late, and Barry was just gutsy with the send there.
Gutsy send. I thought it was borderline reckless, but he got in there.
I think it was 100% reckless with a good throw, but the throw was not in time, and now the lead is stretched to 4-2. Barry now pitching ahead with an extra run in the top of the 8th. Ball hit on the ground.
The pitcher in.
That'll take care of 1 down. Flipping over the lineup, too, for Steve Rogers.
A lot of righties, it seems like, here for the Falcons. Xander Rice having reverse splits. You know, he's getting every dollar out of that trait right now.
Ball hit right at Rice for a fielding play. He throws it first in time. P. Strider will dig in with 2 outs. Not many outs remaining here in Game 1 of the Falcons' Double-A career to try and turn this around. Straight in there, 99.
You always want to win your home games. It feels, you know, it's not really an advantage, but it just feels good to hold serve at home. That's another 1-2-3 inning for Xander Rice, who has just come in and cleaned up on this Falcons offense since he's entered the game.
Nice cutter in there, but Barry does very well with it, getting a piece of it, sending it right up the chute. So the 0-1 pitch turns into a single, brings up Bowen Norton. No outs in the bottom of the 8th. Barry wants more insurance. Slinger's getting tired. His 23rd pitch, the curveball, misses outside. Now 1-1. Fastball right at field on a line. He's going to make the catch. 1 down.
And Rice going to stay in this game as well.
This ball popped up. Better field. Also has another shot to make a play, and he does. So 2 down with a couple of putouts for the second baseman. Shoe Bomber, 0 for 4 tonight, but power versus righties still engaged. No tense mojo either to speak of. Waiting for his pitch. Gets it there, but it's P. Strider who makes a diving attempt. It's off the glove. He'll get it. What's probably scored as a hit. So 2 on, 2 down, Babs all day with Mind Gamer, 3 for 4 with 3 singles. She's locked in. Watch out. Pitch in there for a strike.
Shortstop's a weird spot to put a lefty. Like, I can understand almost any other spot in the infield having a lefty, but shortstop is just an awkward one. And as you see there, would have been a glove side dive. Oh, she makes the play there. That's a big jump.
Get the glove side jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
That ball was hit hard. I thought for a second it was over the head of the shortstop for sure 2 runs, but it's a big play there from the Falcons to give them a chance with the top of the 9th, 3 outs remaining, down 2 runs.
Xander Rice just carrying the Wizards right now on the mound. He's looking to get 3 more outs and secure the first win of the season for the Wizards here. That reverse splits lefty on lefty. And obviously, it only plays against the righties, but when it's lefty versus lefty, it's still a tough matchup. You know, as the hitter, as he gets another strikeout out of the zone, bringing the heat, Dwayne. Oh, an injury.
Whoa. Totally unexpected. Xander Rice was hurt in a crucial moment in the game. They're going to have to lift him for Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders, no traits, closing pitcher, tons of velo. Let's see how he can work. He's got to just close the door here in Game 1.
My goodness, is that submarine as well? is.
In there for a strike. This one
It's gonna be a
lifted
hit.
right. Yes, that will be a hit. That's one man on and the tying run coming to the plate.
Man, Xander Rice was just in the heads of the Falcons hitters, but they are thrilled right now, even though Colonel Sanders is no small feat to try to get it going against. They'd much rather see anybody than Xander Rice right now, and the S&B gods smited Xander Rice. They took him out of this game. Let's see if Colonel Sanders can get the job done. We've got a pinch hitter here. She rips it.
And it's through the hole. That was Hawk Tua, the pinch hitter, pinch perfect player for the Falcons. That's huge. So now the winning run steps into the plate. He's got an injury himself, but he's well. Tony Stark, RBI hero, 1 for 3 tonight with a single. He's up against Colonel Sanders with a chance to possibly tie or win this game. Takes one inside.
Oh my goodness. Look at the
Next
pressure
one.
bars.
Oh, it's caught. Infield fly. Double play. That ends the game. Barry wins game number 1 of the AA season.
Oh my goodness.
Caught
That went
off the
from-
base.
What a huge spot. And Barry got the chase there with whatever that pitch was going away from the hitter. I can't believe the runners didn't get back in time. You saw the infield fly call, but if he gets back to the base, he at least gets another chance to keep the inning going. That's a hard way to end the game, Dwayne, when you have an inning like that going. But
Absolutely.
big win there for M. Barry.
Yeah, it definitely felt like the moment was there for Too Easy to take that game, possibly in dramatic fashion, but unfortunately was unable to close the door in a really, really tough play. He wanted to send those runners so bad. Who could blame him? But M. Barry came back and won that game, and that was very, very exciting to watch.
Yeah, heck of a comeback. It felt like, sometimes this game can feel like it's against you sometimes, or like all the momentum or the 50-50 plays are just always going against you. And that game had a lot of momentum swings. Back and forth it went. It looked like it swung back Infinity's way in the 9th, and all of a sudden, game ended. The Wizards are 1-0. Let's see if Infinity can bounce back and try to get the match of the week split here.
Yeah, in dramatic fashion, Barry takes the first ever regular season AA game on Match of the Week. Love to cast this here with you, Ox. We got another game in our pocket for you coming up, so hang tight, and we'll be right back with you for game number 2. Here we go, folks. We are loading in now to the home of the Falcons. It's Battery Bay. Too Easy looking to try and take game number 2 after losing game number 1. Barry coming back with that big 3-run homer, and then adding to it later. Let's see if this game transpires in any different fashion. You love the fireworks in that first one.
Absolutely. That was a heck of a game, Dwayne. And, you know, both guys got to feel like they definitely have a chance to win this one here in game 2 as we go to Battery Bay, a completely different ballpark than Lafayette Corner. I mean, this park is huge. We'll see if that plays more to Infinity's favor. He has a lot faster of a team. But I just looked at Imberry's roster. He's got 390 velo starters, so he's going to be coming with another ace starting pitcher here in this one as well.
Oh, that's inside.
Queen K's ball inside starts things off. This one swung on out to left field. Landon Fast can only corral it and throw it to second, so it's a leadoff single for M. Barry. Babs all day going to dig in.
Pretty good arm in Queen K's. She's got, what is that, Distractor? No, Mind Gamer. Nerfing her accuracy right now. This is a big spot.
Big indeed, swung on right up the middle. Wizards get 2 on here to start the first inning.
Yeah, and Kay's already in trouble of potentially going tense mojo if she gives up another hit here.
Nice strike.
Ugly.
Really good placement there. Seen some really good pitching here out of Infinity AB, aka Too Easy. A really good placement. Just not as consistent as you might want it to be. Full count here to Barry. Swung on, fouled away. We're going to do it again. Runners are still at first, second with no out.
Yeah, he
Big
pitched
pitch.
well in the first game as well. It was just missing a spot in big moments, and Barry finally got a hold of one. As he gets out of trouble there against the RBI hero. Gets him to pop that up, but runners don't advance, so now a ground ball could get you out of here.
0-1 pitch, or excuse me, 1-0. Fouled away, makes it 1-1.
That elite screwball helps because he's got to be careful. That pitch is that high curveball drilled into right field. Imberry not going to do the ballsy send to home this time. And now it's Mendoza with the clutch and inside pitch activated here.
Big moment, diving play by the first baseman. Had to catch it, could have been more than one run. But ends up being the second out. Barry's batting now with Julian Torres, a 6-hole hitter. Wants to get anything out of this. This is a big bases loaded moment in the first. Hanging curveball crushed. Deep left. It's back. It's foul.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Can't believe how close that one was.
He nearly made this a 4-0 game right out the gate. Base is juiced here, 2 outs. It doesn't get any bigger, just, you know, in the top of the first.
Change-up adjustments is low. We do it again. Fastball 2-2, swung on through the hole between first and second. Runner will score station to station. So 1-0. Brings up Luis Roberts.
Wow, it wasn't a grand slam, but it was a heck of an at-bat there by Mendoza, I believe. And that pitch was on the edge, if not off the edge of the plate. Barreled it up off the end of the bat and got the run across. So Falcons are going to get out of this jam with only letting up 1 run. But Barry doing a lot of damage early, seeing a lot of pitches, getting a lot of batters to the plate, and takes the lead here in the opening frame. Gaster Blaster on the mound.
Oh, that's inside.
He's a ball inside there from Blaster. Steve Rogers crushes one deep to left. It is back. See you later. A leadoff home run ties the game.
Wow. And just like that, the lead is erased. Rogers, off the 90 velo starting pitcher, hits a no-doubter here at Battery Bay, which is one of the deepest parks in Super Mega.
He smoked that, got a hold of it quickly. Great eyes to jump on that high fastball. Send it over the fence. Blaster already tense. Swung on and missed.
That is what we call a piss missile.
Piss missile, indeed. That ball must have had, 120 plus exit velo. Because it was on a line. This one's off the hands, though. Barehanded by Torres. The shortstop throws it to first to Orange. Brings us one down. Maverick Mitchell digs into the plate. Tie game here at 1-1 in game number 2 of the AA match of the week.
That's inside.
Those little plays like we just saw where Squiggler's hitting the no man's land and Barry doesn't have a lot of speed to get to him and doesn't have a lot of defense to try to throw him out. So that was a really close play. Oh my gosh! I think Infinity just did it again.
He did back-to-back. Or no, excuse me, there was one out in between, but Mitchell, doesn't matter. Left center, too, with the power. 414 feet. First home run, first RBI of the season. He's making some noise here now. Starting to get warmed up, it looks like.
Ooh, he's starting to get real hot. I mean, that was tattooed, and he is on this fastball right now. He wasn't always on Napalm Strikes fastball in game 1, but Gaster Blaster has nothing to fool this Falcons offense with. It seems like so far here in the first, just 2 absolute piss missiles.
Gonna watch where he leaves those fastballs and those cutters. Now it's a hitter's count 3-1. Fork ball hit straight back. Full count to Major Payne. That one was another one that was just missed.
Yes.
Do it again. Gets underneath it, hits a foul. 2-1 Falcons here in the first.
He is on that fastball.
He's crushing it.
And Barry just praying to get out of this inning right now.
Ball hit right on the nose, up the middle, and it's past the glove of the center fielder. Why didn't he pick it up?
He's too slow, Dwayne. He has no speed. It was hit too hard.
Oh my
It was
God.
4 steps to his left, and he only had time to take 2.
He's too far. Oh my goodness, he looks
Should
so
have dove
close.
like as soon as it was hit.
The 1-out triple for better field now. Who's batting?
That's
Trying to
the
get
third
knock that
hit.
run in.
It's the 3rd hit this inning where the exit velo has to just be like 150 miles an hour off the bat of Infinity.
He's really locking in now with his home stadium at hand. Let's see if he continues to do well and pile on the hits. 2-2 pitch upcoming from Blaster. It's a curveball. It's lifted to right. He will tag up. Norton makes the catch. 2 down. Runner at the plate. Safe. 3-1.
I love that piece of hitting, Dwayne. I love it because you had a guy on third, less than 2 outs. You had 2 strikes on the hitter. And Falcons, he goes to the contact swing. He smokes the curveball on a line, but he gets it plenty deep enough to get the sac fly and score the run. That's good baseball.
Has to force a sliding attempt out of Roberts, too, to end the inning. Almost got another hit there to continue things. But we'll go to the top of the second. First pitch swinging, Barry Strider picks it up, throws it in time for the out.
Well, the momentum has certainly flipped. You know, I thought Barry was going to ride that game 1 victory. We saw him come out, have a good first inning, take the lead. He had bases loaded and hit a grand slam foul. He was that close to taking a 4-0 lead out the gate here. Only got 1, and all of a sudden, Too Easy just popped off at the dish. He's smoking the ball.
Yeah, wanting to make a name for himself here early in the AA season and wanting to get some revenge here for that game 1 loss. Absolutely. Barry swings at 1, hits it hard, but the diving first baseman makes an amazing play, keeping it from hitting the ground and making it out there. And then this one is lifted to deep left center. Rogers was on his horse. He's going to dive for it. It's off of the wall. Really, really close play. Ends up being a double for Barry.
That ball was smoked. Just about got out of here, and it was just about an amazing play. Kind of a stalemate with the double. I think both players will take that, honestly, but could have gone either way. You know, Dwayne, I just knew it. I meant to predict this. I just knew it was going to happen after the first few innings of Lafayette in game 1. We're going to have a pitcher's duel at the small park, and we're going to have an absolute firework festival at the deep park. Here in Battery Bay, we've seen some fireworks so far.
Yeah, so far not a bad prediction. These balls are getting hit right on the nose as Barry finds himself with another single. 2 on, 2 out for the catcher. It's Dynamite, 3-hole hitter. He's dangerous too with RBI Hero engaged. Ball misses away.
One thing that is going to help Too Easy out in this game and especially against a guy like Mberry, as his team has a lot better defense, a lot better speed to go around, and can limit a lot of this offense of Mberry when he does get hits. As you see on the flip side of that, Mberry's defense and speed costing him bases and runs. But great at bat there to work the walk. And now we've got bases loaded. 2 outs again, Dwayne. 2 innings in a row for the Wizards.
What can he do here? Great strike there from Infinity. This one hit through the hole. That's going to be Barry scoring a run. Everybody moves around the bases one time. He did that last inning. Let's see if he can add more.
Yes, did that exact same thing. Got a nice base hit. 2 outs to score 1 run. Missed spots here. 2-0 count.
A little bit of a erratic location here from Infinity and Queen K's. Barry fouls that one away. It's 2-1. The changeup gets in there for a strike. Gets him looking at it. Now 2-2. Big pitch.
Now it's like, what do you do here with 2-2?
It's the screwball hit off the end of the bat. Rogers is able to corral it in right center field. And there are 3 outs. So he preserves the lead. And we're over to 3-2.
Yeah, we had pretty much the exact same inning there from Mberry. 2 innings in a row he loads the bases. 2 innings in a row he gets the 1 hit. And he makes this a 3-2 game, much more manageable than 3-1, where it seemed like it was all Falcons. Mberry doing a good job of fighting back in it here. But he's already into this bullpen. We're into the 2nd inning, Dwayne.
He's into the bullpen. Freelance.com stepping in here. Yeah, that's a big change here. And we've been seeing that more and more in the past couple seasons, the early calls to the pen. People are investing so much in these relievers.
Well, it's just interesting because game 1 he had the similar situation, or maybe it was one of these two had the similar spot where the pitcher, it was Mberry, pitcher came up, bases loaded. Oh, great hit and run there. Gonna get all the way to 3rd.
That was with the pitcher as well.
Run. Oh, wow. Yeah, we
So
saw
lineup
Mberry
turns
leave
over.
the pitcher in game 1 with the bases loaded, and he didn't score. This time he lifts the pitcher in the same spot early, but the 2nd inning, I think it paid off. I think the pinch hitter's the one who got the RBI to make it a 2-3 game, but 2nd inning is awfully early to hand it off to that bullpen, especially when a guy is ripping the ball like Falcons are here early.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how Barry decides to navigate the rest of this game. But who are we to say as he gets a big strikeout there? Now there's 2 down for Pete Strider.
This hurts indeed. He wants that one back. That was a meatball. Rice got away with it there. That one's drilled on a line, but right at Roberts. Mberry so fortunate there to come out with a 0.
Yeah, unable to extend the lead is Infinity there.
We've got a dandy of a game too, though, Dwayne. This is my kind of game as Mberry leads it off with a blast to deep left center. What a play!
What a play indeed! Hit it with the clip, gang. That one was absolutely targeted by Rogers out in center field. He was a heat-seeking missile to get that ball.
What a play. Rogers started off this game with a piss missile home run. He nearly made a great catch earlier, and he makes a mind-blowing catch there here in the 3rd. So he's having a heck of a game so far, and we're only 2 1/3 into this ball game.
Insane moment there for the Falcons. What a play. Unable to make another web gem there as the second baseman. It's over his head, and the net ball catches the runner sleeping at second. Barry's out. 2 down.
Only Barry's team. Only the Wizards are getting out right there on a great line drive hit over the infielder's head. And he gets hosed at second because there's just no speed up and down this lineup, and comes away with the 0. 2 great defensive plays. I mean, Mberry crushed like 3 balls in that inning.
Yeah, to come away with that, no runs, and a relatively quick inning indeed. Got to watch out for the crossed up here on freerice.com. Let's see how long he lasts in this game. Remember, he did get brought in very early. We've got Maverick Mitchell at the plate. He's got 1 home run already. Mitchell sees a
can get some
curveball
runners
high.
on. especially with the speed he has. Crossed up, catcher missing it could be huge.
Just late there. That's pitch he wants back. We're full. Fouled away. Full again. Pitch fouled straight. Back.
Bit of bat here. Oh, he
Right up
challenged
the
him
middle.
with a meatball.
That's a nice leadoff single there for Maverick Mitchell.
I think Barry sometimes late in counts just thinks he can spam a quick, high velo four seamer by guys, and when you miss over the middle of the plate, you just can't get away with that. You got to take your time.
Runner
to
goes.
spot.
Gets in there standing. Look, now the Mojo's up. So runner in scoring position with no outs. Major Payne checks it. He's out looking. Big moment there for Barry to get a hitter like Payne out looking on a pitch that, was hittable.
Uh-oh.
It's hit deep to left, but I think it's catchable. It's warning track, and Roberts is able to get there. Now there's 2 down. Runner remains second.
Yeah, off the bat, I'm like, is it gone? But also, does Barry have enough speed to track that?
Indeed, his team is not built to cover a ton of ground. This one lifted to right. The sprinter engages, but it shouldn't matter there as Norton gets underneath of it to end the inning. We go to the top of the 4th, bringing up Shoe Bomber, the second baseman, and the leadoff portion of the Wizards order.
Wow, we're only in the top of the 4th, and that was the first time either guy got to just kind of exhale after an inning on the mound. Got a couple of much-needed zeros for both pitchers there in the 3rd.
Remember, Barry winning game 1, looking to try and secure a sweep while the Falcons and Too Easy are trying to split this thing tonight here in Double-A's first ever match of the week in the regular season. We only have one other Double-A cast. I believe it was the end of a Double-A World Series where our man Ox was participating. Am I not wrong? Against Ben Mac 19.
Yeah, that's correct. One of the only other times we've broadcasted a Double-A game was when I secured the win against Ben McNineteen, like you said. Arios on the call, and we
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, huge to have Arios on the call for those games. So we're back.
Shout out to Arios.
And you can definitely expect more Double-A on your docket. We've got a ton of players in reserve for match of the week. No hard schedule for the Double-A matches of the week, but we're definitely gonna be tapping players for availability as the weekends go on to see what sort of double headers and triple headers we can come up with.
Oh,
This
that's
one hit
rip.
right on a line. Able to make a nice play there is the right fielder, and that'll bring up Agent Orange, the first baseman.
Yeah, we're hoping to stream some more Double-A games. The problem with a lot of the ego range in Double-A is most guys play on a console or a Switch. It makes it a little bit tougher to actually broadcast games. So we're going to keep on working to try to bring those to you. But luckily, Infinity, I believe, is on PC or whatever he's on. He can certainly handle the stream as he gets a fortunate line out there. Another 0 for the Wizards, so a good job of Infinity limiting that big offense. We saw load the bases twice in the first 2 innings.
I think Infinity here is actually on the PlayStation.
Oh, wow. Might be our first PlayStation streamer.
Yeah. We've had PlayStation players in the past, but streamers is a different
PS5
story.
could probably do it.
Probably. I believe it can, as of some recent time ago. Quickly, 2 strikes. Falcon, though, with 0-2, swings it right up the middle. Nice piece of hitting with a ball that was above the zone.
Yeah, that was a nice piece of hitting. Another 2-strike contact swing hit. I love to see that. You're the same way, Dwayne. That's our style. You get the barrel on the ball and shorter swing with 2 strikes and put it in play, and good things happen.
Yeah, you got to make the fielders make a play. You got to just sort of make something happen. And bat to ball is important. Here's pinch perfect, Hawk Tua. No speed, tons of hitting stats, though. She's batting 1,000 with a hit in the last game. This one's off the hands, though. Third baseman throws it to second, on to first, in time for the double play. That speed, a big factor there, as a matter of fact.
Great job there in Barry of getting the chase pitches and turning the double play. We don't see a lot of that out of the Wizards defense, but he gets a much needed double play. And also the pinch hitter, like you mentioned, that gets the starter out of the game who had gotten back-to-back zeros. So let's see. 5th inning's not terribly early to go to the pen, but we see Morgan Freeman, not the ace of the Falcons bullpen, come out and try to eat some innings here with a slim 3-2 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Freeman, 3 pitches to work with, the four-seamer, the curveball, and the changeup. Gets one lifted to right where Maverick can make the play. Brings up Bo and Morton.
I think there's 2 schools of thought and kinds of players, and you can let me know in the chat. Are you the type of player that would go to your ace here, middle of the game, to try to keep the other guy where they're at? Or are you the type to try to, throw a middle pitcher out there, throw your non-ace to try and eat innings, see if you can get away with it and keep your ace pitcher in your back pocket? It's an interesting dilemma.
Yeah, definitely depends on how well you are confident in your hitting abilities. And this one, absolutely smashed by Rogers here, the leadoff hitter. He gets another home run, his second home run of the game, 441 feet to dead center.
Have a day, Mr. Rogers. My God, he made the diving catch in center, an absolute web gem out there, and now he's hit 2 monster taters. Just no doubt about him off the bat. Battery Bay is not big enough to hold Rogers.
Definitely in player of the game territory for this one here in Double-A's Game 2 Match of the Week on opening day. Great diving play from Julian Torres. Throws it to first almost in time. Great speed. Gets an infield hit for Too Easy. Now we see Major Payne at the plate.
Great piece of hitting here so far. FreeRice.com is dead tired. Maybe Mberry using the low velo to his advantage, possibly. But dangerous territory now. As that one's crushed but caught. Is he going to tag up here?
He did. He tug up from first to second base. You do not see that often, but the runner being locked in and with speed and just not a ton of confidence in the arm out there from the center fielder is able to make that happen. Now there's 2 outs with the runner on second.
D-Money, I really love Too Easy's game. I mean, he is a scrappy baseball player. He knows what he's doing. He does a lot of the little things, the hustle plays, the big brain stuff. I love all the hustle.
Yeah, showing his stuff indeed here as a rookie here on Match of the Week. Got a really big potential player on our hands. Swings and a miss there to end the inning, but, he's really showing his stuff here in game number 2, not wanting to be put down easy after losing that game number 1 in really tight fashion.
Yeah, both games have been a blast to call, and they've been back and forth, teeter and tottering. And somehow, some way, FreeRice.com only gave up the solo there to Rogers that inning. Really did a nice body of work, only gave up 1 run across 3 innings. So we'll see the pinch hitter now roll to gold. And Mberry's surely going to be turning to the reverse splits Xander Rice, who we saw last game.
Yeah, you'd have to think that's the player for sure. He's going to try to get even more length out of that. Maybe be even able to take him to the end of this game, should he, get tied up or ahead.
Yeah, but he's going to have to do some more hitting to get back into it. Much like last game, it's starting to get late here, and Mberry's down a couple of runs, just like in game 1.
Third baseman, number 45.
It was getting late early for Barry in game 1, but he came back with a huge 3-run homer, if you wouldn't remember. Let's see, but he does not have the friendly confines of Lafayette on his side in this one. Battery Bay much, much bigger.
And yet we've seen like 5 bombs.
Yeah,
But,
you're totally right on that take.
Morgan Freeman's doing a heck of a job here for the Falcons, though, eating some innings. He's got 2 outs, but the meat of that Wizards order is coming up now.
Dynamite, the catcher. 3-0, swung on, fouled away. Now it's 3-1, still a hitter's count. Barry's going to see a decent pitch. It's swung on up the middle, so for a 2-out single. Yeah, he did have ball 4 where he also had a chance to get on there, but he does it himself with the hit.
That is just the one thing I do not like about this Falcons ball club is the lefty shortstop right there. She has the high fielding, she has the high arm, but she couldn't reach that ball. We had a doink off the bat. It might get out of here.
It was lifted high, but not quite warning track power. That ends up finishing off the inning, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th.
So the dive up the middle doesn't cost too easy, but that one was a dangerous pitch that easily could have put Barry back in the driver's seat, but he just missed the sweet spot of the barrel. Now the Falcons go back to work at the dish.
Cody Stark swings and misses at the 98-mile-an-hour heater. Brings up Landon fast.
And Barry doing a good job this game of mixing changeup below the zone and fastball above it, but Too Easy is punishing the ones that are in the zone, as that's a leadoff or a 1-out base hit.
Dan Taylor, the catcher, after the 1-out base hit, looking to do some more damage. Lifts it to left, though, where Barry can get a hold of it. Roberts makes a good grab. So 2 down for Morgan Freeman, the pitcher. Let's see if he gets lifted. He is going to get contemplated here for a pinch hitter.
Yeah, and the move to let him stay in the game for instead of going to that big arm out of the pen in the 4th or the 5th pays off as Freeman gives him 2 shutout innings, and that's a base hit by the pinch hitter.
Yeah, that also works out here. Kind of off the hands, but above the head of the jumping second baseman. And now we're up to Rogers. Locked in, 2 homers tonight. Sitting on that low pitch. Ooh, he takes one there. Dangerous. Rice is back again with his next pitch. Shortstop doesn't make a jump. Doesn't make a jump, and that is going to end up as a run. 5-2.
Ball's got to be thrown to third. And Barry just let the run in and let the base runner advance. So now any single will definitely give the Falcons a 4-run lead.
He's Strider. 2 outs, 2 on. Takes it looking, ends the inning, but still stretches the lead a little bit there. Too Easy in the Falcons.
Just a great inning for Too Easy. He did a lot of contact swinging that inning, just kind of grinded out at bats, some well-placed singles, and some clutch hitting there. He added on to this slim lead he had just an inning ago, but now with 3-run margin, a lot easier to work with. He needs 8 outs.
Into the top of the 7th here in Game 2 of the Double-A Match of the Week here on Opening Day, Season 17. Remember, folks, we will be live in a little less than 45 minutes as well with the XBL Match of the Week to cap off the triple header between Dynasty and Teflon Don Lemon. Going to be a really exciting match there. Another culmination of XBL versus some SMNL talent. Dynasty coming up from the AAA, really a heralded hitter in his AAA season, dangerous hitter, and then Teflon coming in hot out of the SMNL. It's going to be a matchup you do not want to miss.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one, Dwayne. I don't have the numbers on this, so I don't know if you guys have ever done 2 rookies on opening night match of the week in the XBL. Usually it's 2 heavyweights, but not only is it 2 rookies, but it's a AAA call-up versus another league champion, much like Too Easy and the Falcons here tonight. We got Teflon Don, one of the big bats over in the SMNL, a champion, and somebody you don't want to play on opening night under the lights. But we'll see if Dynasty's up to the task.
Yeah, Dynasty's played in a few big games. In his sophomore season, he made a huge name for himself. We're moving into the bottom of the 7th inning here. No runs scored from the Wizards in the top half. Runner on first for Major Payne and the Falcons here. The reverse splits are taking effect. Runner goes to second. No throw. Still successful. Lifted to center field, and that one's going to be caught. No challenge there from the second baseman. or the runner on second base, excuse me. Brings up better field, who's not looking super hot with the reverse splits.
Oh, my fault, Teflon. Record-setting SMNL player, but not a champion. I bet.
Runner goes to third. Throw goes to the wrong base. So that will be another stolen base for the Falcons.
A nice job of Mberry again getting that chase on the high fastball, high velo. But kind of brain farted there, went to second instead of third. Won't matter if he can get this third out.
Big
Big insurance run.
RBI hero at the plate, looking to try and just push his team ahead just that much further. The full count pitch.
Challenge this guy. He challenged him.
He did. He put a ball where he could hit it, but Mendoza was able to get there in center field. It was not hit as square as Too Easy may have liked. So now Xander Rice will bat here in the top of the 8th. Looks like he's taking his hacks. He does swing.
Xander Rice staying in the game. I don't know. He's got the velo in the pin. I would lift here. You can throw your closer in the 9th. I would pinch hit. Or the bottom of the 8th. You know, you're down 2 runs, 3 runs. You only technically have to pitch. That's gone.
Absolutely hammered from Barry. You saw
doubter.
Infinity knew it too. He said, whoops. But Barry stepped into one 460 feet. Wowza.
Shoe Bomber absolutely crushed this one, and that's, I think, our 4th home run of this game.
They were absolutely, they are crushing the ball tonight here in game 2. This one diving play, field picks it up, throws it hard over to first. There's 2 down.
But again, like I was saying, if Mberry, you never know what would have happened, but if he lifts the pitcher for a pinch hitter, gets on base, then that home run happens, all of a sudden it's 5-4. You're still down a run. The bottom of the 8th comes, you got to pitch, right? You throw your closer out there, and then you try to tie it up in the 9th. If you don't tie it, you lose. You don't have to pitch anymore. So I think a missed chance there for Mberry to get more offense, but a great job of hitting the no-doubt bomb ski to dead center field.
Yeah, sticking with Xander Rice, he gets a first pitch swinging out to left field, but, you know, Barry's still down. He has to think about hitting maybe a little bit more than he does about preserving the lead. Off-speed hitter is Dan Taylor. Dan Taylor swings at the first pitch. Diving play from Barry, and there's some mojo up for all day.
A rare web gem out of this Wizards defense. Nice play, Babs.
That's inside. That's a swing.
Johnson Slinger batting for himself. He's got decent stats. You know, those are the type of stats you want to see on a hitting pitcher, and he gets a hold of one well to right field. That'll be out number 3. That'll take care of him. We're going to the top of the 9th. 3 outs remain for Barry, trying to get the sweep.
Yeah, that's Infinity a good swing there.
Wants to split this.
Got to give Johnson a pat on the butt for that swing. He's feeling good now. He's going to go out to the mound and try to shut it down and get the save. He is the pitcher who gave up the lead in the last game, so he's trying to get redemption here. As that one hit well, but caught in right field.
You're right. He is trying to get his redemption. He's already got 1/3 of the job done here. 1 down. Here comes a cutter 0-1 pitch. Misses away. We're back again. 1-1. This is low. Barry's being a little selective with Mendoza. Sees himself in a hitter's count. He's not done yet.
Yeah, he's going to go down fighting here.
He takes a good walk. That's a good eye from Barry there.
Yeah, it was a great at-bat.
Suarez sees one right inside on the plate. The next cutter swung on, pop. A little bit of fielder selection error there, but Rogers should be able to get there. He does. 2 down.
That was a dangerous pitch.
Luis Roberts pops it up. Center field. Rogers on his horse coming in. He gets underneath it. That ends the game, and we see a split here on AA Match of the Week. The Falcons win game number 2.
Big W there for Too Easy and his Falcons. honestly a low scoring Dwayne. I mean, a low scoring game, Dwayne, for how much offense and fireworks we saw in this one. It seemed like a lot of hard hit balls, a lot of long balls, but also, some tight pitching to try to preserve what little margin each guy held on to throughout the game. It was a 1 or 2 run game throughout.
Definitely, a pair of very close games. You don't know what to expect out of the AA this season. A lot of new players, a lot of wild cards, a few veterans in the mix. And I think that those 2 games kind of encapsulated that in a nutshell. There was some home runs, some great pitching, some great fielding, some mistakes. AA's, going to be all over the place too a little bit with the ego variants, different type of experienced players in there. But these games were really, really good. Deserved split for both players tonight. I'm sure both of them are feeling good. Just coming out of prime time with a W for a feather in their own cap.
Yeah, congrats to Too Easy, his first ever win in the XBL. Both players get their first win of the season tonight. Both hit some home runs and both moved to 1-1 in the standings. And Dwayne, it's nice to also see both guys look like they were right, near where they should be at ego wise in this first showcase of the new ego system here in the AA. I mean, we saw guys hit the fastball, but we also saw him late on the fastball. We saw him chase out of the zone. We also saw him have good at bats, but like I said, not a whole lot of runs despite the high hit counts. But just all around great series back and forth. We saw 2 really contrasting styles of players and ballparks too, and both of them were able to get a win here in 2 very close games. So couldn't have gone better for the AA season premiere here.
Yeah, huge AA opener. We saw home runs at Lafayette right into the short porch. We saw big shots out there at Battery Bay. That's what you love to see. I mean, the fireworks were provided by these 2 players. You couldn't ask them to put on a better show. So congratulations to M. Barry, a.k.a. Thunder, also known as the HOB for victory, as well as Too Easy / Infinity for victory himself. Both of those players, like you said, something to be proud of. But we're not done yet tonight. We're going to be back in about 30 minutes time for the XBL match of the week. Myself and Hummus going to be on the call for Dynasty and Teflon Don Lemon. You will not want to miss it here as the triple ladder concludes. And then as soon as those games are over, you're free to start your season 17. So more games, I'm sure, will be on the docket tonight. Keep your Twitch open. Ox, it's been a pleasure to be here tonight to call these AA games with you, friend. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah, man. Great to be back. Excited for this season. Just trying to have fun with it this season, but great to be back. Thanks for welcoming me back, and looking forward to getting back in the booth with you and Mystery Man and Unicorn and Hummus. So y'all have a good cast tonight. Great games by these players. Thanks to everybody for watching, and we'll see you here soon.
Absolutely. You said it the best, Docs. Everybody come out here and let's have fun this season, because it's a collection of all of us here who love this game. It's the best players in the world. And what makes us the best players in the world is we have the best time. So everybody have a safe and pleasant evening, and we will see you shortly for XBL. Catch you next time. Bye.
Peace.